You all welcome back to African Colonization TV and Biafran History. Finally, this issue of UK Nigerian division and the issue of UK. In fact, the way everything is going and the way Nigeria is moving, everybody have now seen how the whole nation is turning around. According to the headline that is reaching to us, they said UK to accept Nigerian division for Biafran freedom. Prophecy spark global debates. In fact, this man, he really speak a lot of things concerning what will happen very soon, concerning the problem that is in Nigeria now. Because as you can see, although the UK, the other time they came out, start claiming that US should not interfere with their alliance. So, but this time they are now seeing that it is getting hot, just like what is happening in Iran. They are now seeing how US and Israel is trying to make sure that Iran have a stable government, have a government that is not about a threat to the world. And if you can see what is happening in Nigeria today, the same terrorists that occupy everywhere in Nigeria, both in power, both in streets, in military, everywhere. So it is about the terrorists that occupy everywhere. And then if you can see, the people that live in the country, they are not free. They are not free. The constitution they used to judge them, they used to rule the country, is made up of Islam. It's made up of Sharia constitution. Then the whole thing is up and down. And everybody have been crying that Nigeria is not working. But the UK government, they will not even speak, and they will not even say anything how the government can be doing something that will be okay for the people. Instead of it, they will just keep silent. So as it is now, we believe that very soon, in fact, what America is doing is now shaking them. So according to this man now, he's a man that used to give a very powerful prophecy. Just try to watch to the end for you to see what he said and how everything is now going. For you to see that very soon this country will divide. That one is sure. Very soon, what Mazen Kano has been saying, it will happen very, very soon. Then that is the last prophecy that will happen on Earth. So as you're about to watch, like, subscribe, make sure you share it. Let everyone see things happening in Nigeria.
Because the UK, that Britain is going to say, okay, let us look at how we are going to make this country. Anybody that wants to be on their own can be on their own, and also they want to come in and now begin to share the country Nigeria. The issue I am seeing is the issue of what's called referendum once again in Nigeria.
The United States Congress held a high-stakes hearing yesterday, Wednesday, February 4th, 2026, putting Nigeria under intense global scrutiny over escalating religious violence. The session, officially titled Defending Religious Freedom Around the World, was conducted by the House Foreign Affairs Committee in a joint sitting of its African and Western Hemisphere subcommittees and began at 10:30 a.m. and ended at 4:30 p.m. U.S. lawmaker Raleigh Moore showed the U.S. Congress a written statement by the British government stating that Nigeria should be divided after 100 years, which he said expired in 2014. What man already got 1914 ka emere Nigeria as a nation, and then they said it will expire after 100 years. According to the updates here, U.S. lawmaker Raleigh Moore presented that evidence. And then he went further to say a United States lawmaker, Raleigh Moore, has reportedly presented a written statement to the U.S. Congress, which he claims originated from the British government. According to Moore, the document alleged suggested that Nigeria could reconsider its political structure 100 years after its formation, a period he said ended in 2014. Moore urged that Nigeria's continued unity has faced persistent challenges, citing ethnic tension, insecurity, and governance issues. It's about time all the ethnic enclaves come together and decide if they want to continue to coexist with each other or if they want out. Marriage is not by force. Nigeria don't need the United Nations or Britain to do this. Britain's global power has expired. It has run out of steam. Britain is now a welterweight that is fast turning into an average Islamic republic, with the way the Islamic wave is becoming dominant across their local councils. It's a question of time before the British royal family will be replaced with another Ayatollah mullah. So, as the world stands today, the United States of America is in a perfect position to call for and host a talk for the review of the stand of the various ethnicities to determine if they want to continue with each other.
Because in the realm of the spirit, the Lord has taken major prophet of God to go and look at what's called the four corners of the earth, especially the four corners of Nigeria, from the east to west, north and south. And the Lord said the people in the country must pray every prayer that is necessary, because I am seeing people preparing for 2027 election. But all of a sudden, as we are waiting for, we all are waiting to see who will come and be the president of the country, or who will contest, or who will not contest. But there's going to be an issue that will come up. The issue I am seeing is the issue of what's called a referendum once again in Nigeria. And this referendum is going to be started from the people of the southern, the eastern part, and also southern part of the country. The eastern part of the country and southern part of the country, or you call it the west, the southern of this country, is going to have what's called a debate on how they are going to be in the country. When people are struggling to be the president, other happenings of people to decide where they are going to be in the country will be surfacing, because there's going to be a great pressure to divide Nigeria this year. And this pressure to divide Nigeria this year is not going to come from the people of the country alone, but it's going to come from the people outside the country, and people who are enlightened in several countries, to a point that even the country called the UK, that Britain, is going to say, okay, let us look at how we are going to make this country. Anybody that wants to be on their own can be on their own, and also they want to come in and now begin to share the country Nigeria. Because in the realm of the spirit, before I see revelations, I do tell you before they begin to happen. Don't forget, I've given you prophecies similar to this before now. But I'm making a spade a spade. I'm making it clear that we must continue to pray. Only the will of God is what we want it to happen. If the will of God is that we must remain like this, together, and suffer there and die there, let the will of God come to pass. If the will of God is that we must live and have our peace and be on our own, let the will of God come to pass, because the country is going to have a lot of pressure to divide the country Nigeria this year. When I begin to look at the spiritual world and begin to dictate all the things that are in the realm of the spirit and begin to prophesy them the way they are, it's not the major prophet of God is forcing himself, but major prophet prophesy as was, something that is revealed in the realm of the spirit. How it is revealed to me, I prophesy them to begin to happen in the physical, because I'm seeing what's called much litigations this year. I am seeing what's called petitions upon petitions this year. I am seeing what's called paperwork this year. I'm seeing what's called international presence this year, and I'm seeing what's called EU in the country Nigeria. I'm seeing OAU, Organization of West African Community. I'm seeing OAU, and I'm seeing EU, and I'm seeing US, and I'm seeing UN. All these things are names of people I'm seeing in the country Nigeria. These things are going to be overwhelming, that even the president of the country will be tired of what to answer or what not to answer, and will tell them whatever is the best, let's go ahead with it. Because a major prophet, I will not prophesy things that the Holy Spirit have not revealed to me. Everything that virtually happened in the country, I have prophesied them before they happen. A prophecy must have evidence, and the Bible says, how do we know a prophet? A prophet is known when he has prophesied things and we see them come to pass. Not to prophesy, but prophesy things and we see them come to pass as was prophesied. Because this year the pressure is going to heat up from now to next month, and next month to the month of June. There's going to be a great heat up, and this heat up, it will only take a narrow escape for this country not to be divided this year. And so these things are not just because I'm looking at the spiritual world. There are things that have been revealed to major prophet, because I am seeing what's called more educated individuals in the world stage with great petitions and standing on the world stage and also confronting the world leaders and making what's called consultations with people that matters. And as these things were going on, I began to look at the spiritual world, and I see Nigeria bringing out what's called a copper and shishi to now begin to go into what's called Nigeria wants to do what's called lobby. And I see the lobby that is done by Nigeria, as Nigeria is bringing some millions of dollars to lobby, and I'm seeing individuals that are multi-billionaires bringing times 10 of whatever Nigeria has brought. So tell them that what they said is not true. In other words, making what's called a counter challenge to whatever Nigeria is trying to do, because there are individuals I'm seeing in the realm of the spirit that are multi-trillionaires and billionaires in pounds and dollars, and they are ready to challenge any government and challenge anybody that want to die the case of this country, because the case of this country is to lead everybody to what's called safety. We're praying for safety, and safety must come in the name of Jesus. And the issue that is happening in Nigeria, there's nobody anywhere that will say, oh, I am on the bed of rosary. Even the rich also cry, even the poor also cry, people who are in authority also cry, because there's no bed of rosary anywhere. Everybody is in catastrophic running up and down. And so this is why we must also continue to pray the prayer. And the Lord will bring me back and say, look at what's called Anambra State. And once again to the man called the governor of Anambra State, called what's called this man called what's the name, this governor of Anambra State? Because when you do something that affects your people, your name may be forgotten. Your name may be forgotten when you walk against your people. When you stand against your people, your name may be forgotten. Your name, Charles Soludo, the governor Charles Soludo, don't allow your name to be forgotten, because you must do everything possible to have a name for yourself. Because one thing I want you to know is that the people are the government, and the government should be for the people. And so whatever is going on right there in the Anambra State should be resolved with immediate effect. And the failure to do all of that, that means the governor will be held responsible for any damage this will bring to the people of Anambra State. Because I have come to realize that in life, it is the steps we take that determine the actions that follows in the future. If anybody wants peace, he must learn how to go with equity. He who goes for justice must come with equity, because one thing that is sure is that whatever we are laying down today will surely speak tomorrow. And so the governor, don't allow your name to be forgotten. Governor Charles Soludo is a professor and also the governor of Anambra State. Please make quick and make haste to let peace reign in Anambra State, because this alone is going to be bring to what's called international justice, and also going to be brought to what's called world stage. And these things are going to be one of the things that is called injustice against humanity, because sometimes we think, oh, we are trying to do the best, but when we end up trying to do the best, we may end up doing the wrong things. So you must bend down your ears to hear the yearning of the people and the cry of the people and what the people are asking for, and choose the way of the people and not the way of tyranny, not the way of dictatorship, not the way of uncivilized, not the way of uneducated. Don't follow the way of scrupulous and also the way of what's called brouhaha or political abracadabra. Be careful with the people of Anambra State. Don't forget, Anambra State is the home of all. Whatever happened to Anambra happens to all the Igbos. Whatever starts in Anambra starts in the old Igbo land. And don't forget that Anambra is one of the king of the whole Nigeria, and also you call it the southern eastern part of this country. So Anambra cannot be undermined. Anambra cannot be sidelined. Anambra cannot be forgotten. And the fight of Anambra is the fight of the Igbo people. The fight of Anambra is the fight of every professor in the eastern region. The fight of Anambra becomes the fight of everybody. Don't forget that the people of Anambra, especially the people of Onitsha Main Market, they are people of God, and many of them are prayer warriors. Many of them are also crying unto God, because in this life we are, when you think you have all the power, you think you have all the ability, you think you have arrived, you think you can do it all, you think you are in position expires. He who is a president today may not be president in the next 50 years to come. He who is a governor today may not be governor in the 30 years to come. He who is in money today, multi-billionaire today, may not be the richest man in the next 50 years to come, because life is for a while. And one thing I want you to know is that there's time for everything. When you look at the people and you undermine the people, you commonize the people, and you look at them and say, what will they do? I'm going to lock up the market, I'm going to demolish the market, I'm going to drive them away, I'm going to labor them, I'm going to do this and do that. There's a song I sang the other time, and the song says, obi nwanne mere mo ewetere m mba ka mbono nwanne m obi nwanne mere mo ewetere m mba ka mbo nwanne m obi nwanne mere mo ewetere m ka mbo nwanne obi nwanne mere mo ewetere m mba ka mbo nwanne obi nwanne mere mo ewetere m ka mbo nwanne obi nwanne mere mo. Thank you for watching, and God bless you. Until we meet again tomorrow. A lot of prophecies are loaded in the mouth of the major prophet to prophesy upon the face of the earth. So, major prophet, I'm not here to contend with anybody, but if I be a prophet, you that is watching me, please write on the comment section, I am a witness. I am a witness. Just write it for me on the comment section. Let that I am a witness be there, so that on the day people will see the fulfillment in totality, they will know that a prophet has prophesied, and you, we are a witness. Comment it on the comment section. God bless you. Comment it there.
Oh yes, that is a very shocking prophecy. UK will finally come to debate on how the nation Nigeria will be divided, so that let everybody have their own freedom and be on their own. It's a very nice move. We pray may this prophecy may it come to pass, because the way the country is today, nobody is benefiting from it. Nobody. No matter how they claim that Nigeria is, nobody is benefiting. They may be telling you that Nigeria is one, Nigeria is indivisible, Nigeria is unshakable, all those kind of things. But still yet, the foundation of Nigeria is shaking. Life is being lost every day. People are being chased away from their villages, house burns. In fact, nothing that has not happened in this country. And even it is another country, it is happening. The country would have divided for a long time. But in Nigeria, because of the UK, they are benefiting and they are gaining it by every means the country is. That is why they insist let Nigeria be the way it is today, and they are the cause of the problem Nigeria find herself into. So if it will be the God will for the nation to divide, because I know it is the God will for the nation Nigeria to divide, the government, they need to come together to negotiate and let them have a referendum that can divide everybody apart, so that let nobody cry or start threatening each other in war or in other things, because Nigeria have lost a lot of people. Well, I would like you to watch the prophecy of Pastor Iginla, where he also talk about what is going to happen before 2027 and how Tinubu and his co-agents, how they are trying to make sure that they get into power, but something that is so terrifying will happen at the end. Don't skip any part of it.
There's no rocket science about the next thing that is about to happen in Nigeria. I pray that God help the opposition of this country. See, the election will come, we hear noise, and we just jump again. As I'm talking, death touch one person. If there's no death, forget all this thing you are talking about. Everybody was going this way, I was going this way. This side, they abused me, called me all manner of name. This issue of swearing on prophet, I feel for most Nigerians when they do this. You vent your anger on us. When this current government came into power, immediately they were sworn in. I started prophesying about 2027. And I said to you that I don't see anything different from what I'm seeing now. And I said, if there's any change as time goes on, I will tell you. And that as we move every year or every few months, I'll be updating you what I see. The truth is, the current government that is in power, I'm just seeing them growing more futures in the realm of the spirit. I pray that God help the opposition of this country. So if you ask me, if there's an election today, we will still take the show for the day. I'll tell you, the current government in power. I know some people will, you are wicked. This issue of swearing on prophet, when we say the opinion of God's mind, is one of the things I feel for most Nigerians when they do this. You vent your anger on us when I'm just a prophet, I'm a messenger, I'm only telling you what I see. If you ask me of my own opinion, come and meet me one-on-one, I will tell you. But when it comes to vision, you could remember last time, everybody was going this way, I was going this way. This side, they abused me, called me all manner of name. And I said, there's no rocket science about the next thing that is about to happen in Nigeria. We will just see the election will come, we hear noise, and we just jump again, like from here to here again, continue our journey again. If anything will change, maybe I will tell you. The only thing that can change, as I'm talking, death touch one person. If there's no death, forget all this thing you are talking about. The opposition should spend time. You don't need to create anarchy in the country to win election. That's the more reason why God will favor the sitting government. If you want to play politics, play pure politics. It will be no nothing like this. You don't need to shed blood of innocent people to score a political point. If you feel you are popular, go there and run and do your politics. Whether you call it a good game or a dirty game, it belongs to you people. You know how you do your thing. Go and play your politics, but don't play politics with people's life. That's all. Once you involve people's life in the politics you are doing, you are going to lose. Give Jesus a clap offering. I'm going to talk as far as things that is going to happen in this country to 2031. And then I will move from 2031 to 2036. I will share some things, some visions that God has shown me. When the time comes, I will give you details. And the reason why I do these prophecies bit by bit is so that when the time comes, I can replay them so that you not think it's a guesswork. I told you that people said, they have seen the David that God is raising for Nigeria. I say no, that the David is still in the bush. Even the David himself have not discovered himself. So they might be correct with the prophecy that there is a David, but nobody have seen. Even me, I can't point to the David to you. The incoming government will try their best, and they will do a lot of remarkable change will happen. But it will be tough for some time. But there will be a lot of remarkable change. And I mean what I'm saying. There will be stiff-neck criticism. Strong one. It will come. There are some bad elements that will try to fight this administration that is coming with an unknown monster. And it's going to be sponsored by some elements because of political ambition. It is going to be different from what we used to know. It's going to come. There's going to be another reading. And I don't know. I cannot tell. I just saw something rising from a sea. It's a creature I cannot understand, trying to tear the flag. But as the thing is trying to tear the flag of Nigeria, the flag still remains intact. This government coming will do remarkable. I don't belong to any political party, and I don't flatter anybody. I don't run after any politician. They do some outstanding, remarkable things that will shock this country. Yes, but there is going to be some bad elements that will come in to try to meet and do some plot. Watch what I'm saying. Between now and the next 2 years, you will soon tell me that Papa said this thing. But one thing that is beautiful is that there's going to be a smart way to overcome the battles. Don't undermine this coming government. What you think might not be able to offer goodness to Nigeria might shock you. And what is the scripture? He will use the foolish things of this world to confirm the wisdom of the wise. That's why I tell you, I said Nigeria is an handwork in the hands of God. This government is going to usher, from now to the next time that I'm going to talk, the David that I've been talking about, this government. Watch what will happen. Tell me, prophet, what are you seeing? There is no battle that other governments have not experienced that we are not going to experience in another format. But things are going to move in a direction that will shock you. Will there be a swearing in? Oh, yes, of course. Will there be a new government? Yes, of course. Will things move smoothly? Yes, of course.
I dare to tell this nation today that this is the problem. This constitution can never give us progress. This constitution can never give us peace. This constitution can never give us unity. And unfortunately, most of us in this National Assembly, we don't have the spine to face what we need to give this republic to have peace and progress. What do I mean? This constitution has 68 items. 68 on the exclusive list. This constitution has only 12 on the concurrent list. And those 12 are written so nebulously, so fraudulently, that you know that the intention is to even undermine those concurrent lists. That is why those who want unity and peace in Nigeria must first remember that the name of our republic is not just Nigeria. The formal name of this republic is Federal Republic of Nigeria. Unfortunately, we don't run a federalist system in Nigeria. Otherwise, what is so unique about all those things that are in the exclusive list? We used to have a parliamentary system, and then we wanted unity, we wanted peace, we wanted progress, and we therefore said we are going to go with a presidential system. Honestly, there are many presidential systems in the world that have peace and progress. I can't quarrel with that. But we must put in place the same safeguards that presidential system across the world put in place, so that you can have what it needs to run the society.
That is a very powerful statement. And Nigeria, concerning the 2027 election that is coming, already you have said it. The only thing that can change the government is only when they find out that they are no more breathing again. Because as you can see, no matter what happened in fact, it will look as if nothing is happening to them, no matter whatever that happened. Had it been, it is not that Donald Trump came and they sent Rory Moore to start monitoring the activities of Nigerian government. In fact, they would have been doing as if nobody is talking. And that has been their culture. That has been their culture. Coming down to the constitution Nigeria is being used to govern this country. The constitution is a lot, is a very big lot. The problem that Nigeria is facing today is from the foundation of their constitution. They don't have a legibility constitution that can work, that can make the country to move. So we can call it a fraudulent constitution. Time have come for the Senate, for the House of Rep, for all of them to sit down and start thinking how they will make this country to move. So if they know that they cannot make it to move, the best way it is to divide it. Let each zone go and govern themselves and go and start developing themselves apart from it. And they claim that Nigeria is indivisible, Nigeria is one, Nigeria is this. We don't think that if anything can move the way it is as it is today, because Nigeria is a business created by Lord Lugard, that is a company, and this company, they don't want that company to fade away. They are doing every means to protect it. They are doing everything to make sure that they protect their company, and that is why nobody is safe, and no matter whatever you do, the country will look as if there is nothing that is there. So I would like to hear your comment down below. What do you think about the whole thing happening in Nigeria? Like, subscribe, make sure you share it to go around, let others see what is going on in the country. We say thank you for watching.